I've had some requests for this video, so I've been meaning to do it for some time. The topic is, how do I help someone that I love who has depression? And first of all, let me be sympathetic to you. It's very, very hard to watch somebody you care about suffer. What makes it harder is not understanding what's happening, because in depression, a lot of things do not make sense. So I'm hoping this video helps you out a little bit, understand, and so you can make some good decisions that are helpful decisions. First of all, depression isn't a choice someone's making. Depression is a stress-related illness, and we know that because there are vegetative symptoms, which are physical symptoms that person has. I recommend that you treat the depressed person the same way that you would, or similarly at least, to someone who has a serious flu. Because some of the symptoms that you're going to see are going to look like that. So for instance, they're going to want to be alone a lot. It's important to know that they're not rejecting you. It's hard for a depressed person to do simple things like take a shower or something like that. To ask them to go and do something more is really tough for them. Their appetite is going to take a hit. They may be eating too little or eating lots of sweet things and not want to have dinner. That's not a rejection of you or a commentary on what you made for dinner. They are sick, and it's very important to remember that. Feelings of worthlessness, that goes along with the depression. Unreasonable guilt about things and feeling not good. Sometimes that'll come out as anger. They'll snap at you. Know where it's coming from, though, and be sympathetic to the fact that the person is really suffering with something. Another thing to be aware of is cognitive distortions or faulty brain messages, or kind of way out thinking is a part of this. So you might hear some things that you go, where did that come from? Right? Know that that is depression, and that is not the person being difficult or trying to get a reaction out of you. Now, it's going to be tough. I'm not going to tell you it's not going to be, and you're going to get tested a lot too, which means you have to take care of yourself too. You're not. What is the sick person's role? Now, a person in the sick role does get certain concessions, like what we just talked about. You do want to be sympathetic to them. But their end of the deal is they have to agree to get better. What does that look like? It means that getting a plan where you would support the person. Look, I want to help you. I know that you're suffering. I know this must be terrible for you. How can I help you? Maybe making an appointment with a professional, which you absolutely should encourage that. You might want to go along with them to help them. Information is your friend. Become an expert on depression. The more familiar you are with depression and its features, the less lost you'll feel when you're trying to not only help them, but sort of survive yourself in a very difficult environment. Going online and looking at videos that people make, there's plenty of great stuff out there, by the way, too, especially if it's affiliated with a institution, a college. There's all sorts of good things. Universities put out good information, and also the recovery videos that give hope. Hopelessness is one of the hallmarks for depression, and the person that you're looking at who's suffering from that is feeling hopeless, and you might be at that point where you're feeling, is this ever going to end too? So information is going to be good. Make yourself an expert. Finally, I want to talk about suicide and suicide risk. Always take that seriously. Now, there's a difference between having a plan to actually attempt suicide and the feeling of tired of living. Both are very serious, and you want to take them, and it might even mean asking. We're aware that sometimes that information isn't offered unless it's asked for, and when it's asked for, an honest conversation can occur. Okay? I hope this helps you.